our building, okay? Period. And so everything, it was a nightmare because where's the money gonna come from? As a result, my building suffered because $300,000 of work to our balconies that should have been done in windows, we couldn't get done because it was wasted on catwalks and work that shouldn't have been done in the first place, okay? Then all of a sudden, a few months ago, I have Corinna, people coming up to me saying, oh, we heard Lori saying that you're gonna be assessed. There's a notice being put up, oh, special assistant for building 2. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about, okay? The people in building 2 did nothing wrong. We didn't cause this work to be done. We suffered because of the work being done. I had a lawsuit filed to protect our building to get the money back. This board voted and dismissed that lawsuit, causing my building to lose that money. And then people are talking about trying to come back and assess us. And so I have everything to be upset.
That was on the advice of our attorney.
No, that was not at the advice of your
Yes,
attorney.
I spoke to that attorney myself, and he said you should definitely not do that lawsuit.
Why?
Paul.
First of all, Sheila, with all due respect, okay, you said before about the sunshades, you spoke to the attorney, and they told you something that turned out front that was completely not the case. And I've asked once before, when you get an opinion from the attorney, please get it in writing so that all the board members can see it. Why? That's not funny.
They're laughing because when you were president, you didn't do
The
that.
attorney that nobody seemed to have.
They should be in the file.
Oh, give me a break.
Well, they should, okay? Whether it's me,
Nothing disappears
whether
anymore,
it's
so
you,
happens.
it doesn't matter who it is. If we're paying the attorneys for legal opinion, we should have it in writing because they're all entitled to get a copy of it. They're the homeowners paying for it, and we should be in writing, no matter who requests it.
Monique.
In the file where they
I
belong.
don't think so.
But the bottom line is building 2 didn't do anything wrong, and no board member, anybody should be going around saying that we're going to be assessed and threatening or scaring us. It's totally
I
inappropriate.
agree that nobody should walk around, is this on? I agree that nobody should walk around and say that. I absolutely agree. No one should say that until it's a fact, and it isn't yet. And it may never be, I don't know. Okay, but I agree with that, okay? I'll tell you what the first mistake was, okay? I wonder how many of you people were in sales and marketing. You never... You never start with the biggest project when you're testing. You start with the smallest one. So first, the engineer was wrong. I doubt very much if Jerry will disagree with that. Shouldn't they have tested a smaller building rather than a larger building? So if they made any mistakes, it would be a smaller mistake?
That building 2 was in the worst shape. I wasn't on the board at the time, I was involved, I had no question. There was no question, building 2 was in the worst shape. They had terraces that were beginning to fall down, and other problems. Why, I don't know, because maybe the construction was poor. But yes, it was, that part is correct.
Okay.
Building 2, or it should have been the first one they worked on.
Okay. Although I still wouldn't have done it, but for the reason that what Monique said is true. They did suffer. And it was not anybody in buildings 2's fault. It was also nobody in building 1's fault. No one in buildings 3's fault. No one in buildings 4 fault. And no one in building 5's fault. Okay? So the point is, someone is going to have to make up, as I understand it, is going to have to make up the difference of what building 2 paid for. Rather, what we had to pay for building 4. Now, I don't know how we're going to resolve this, but there is still a possibility that you may have to compensate the other buildings, because what you're doing is, correct me if I'm wrong, please, you're taking money from the other buildings to cover your overage. Again, that's what you're doing. Okay?
No, that's not
That's not what we're doing, am I
No,
wrong?
because no, it's not. Here's what happened. We didn't have sufficient money from the loan to pay for the concrete restoration. The money we got from the lawsuit is what's paying for that overage in building 2. And we had the most
You mean
damage.
your share of the lawsuit?
No, just money, period. We had the most damage. We're entitled to the majority of that money. And then on top of that, the board of directors is 100% responsible by dropping that lawsuit for us not getting that money
I
back.
have no knowledge of that.
Well, I'm telling you, that's what happened. So guess what? Building 2, if anybody's going to pay that money back, the board is going to be paying Building 2 that money back. We don't owe it to anybody.
If the board pays it back, it comes out of our insurance, and then the insurance raises it, and you end up paying for it anyway.
Then you guys shouldn't have dropped the lawsuit.
Well, I don't know anything about it, so I can't speak to it. I'm not telling, sorry. You can take Jerry's microphone. Okay, but hold on 1 second, okay? Someone has to make up, somehow, change that, somehow, the difference has to be made up. Building 2 went over budget and it wasn't Monique's fault, it wasn't anybody's fault. Okay, you know what it was? If anything, it was the engineer and the construction company. But anyway, decisions were made. Tony's not here to defend himself. Tony was the property manager at the time, okay? And I don't know what decisions he made, but he's not here to defend himself, so that's a little bit shaky evidence if you ask me. I think Bush called that, what did he call it, something math, what do you call it? Fuzzy math. But anyway, I don't know what happened. I do know that Building 2 went over, considerably over. I have voted for just about no on every change order, and the reason I voted no for every change order, realizing that my vote would not change anybody else's, nor that, also realizing that that vote passed, was because I think somebody should. That's the reason I vote no on the change orders. And my point of this is that the construction companies, they come in, they give you a bid. They want to give you the lowest bid, so they get the job. Then, on unforeseen circumstances, which was in the contract, everything suddenly that they didn't notice when they checked the project for bid, okay, suddenly they find out all of these new things that have to be done. That's why I vote no. I don't buy that. That's a lot of crap.
Who signed the contract, Harvey?
I honestly don't know. I was told, and I don't want to say what I was told. I only want to talk facts, because I said what I was told the other day, and Monique made a big deal out of it. So I'm not going to say what I was
Well,
told.
I know who
I don't
signed
know.
it.
Does anybody know who signed it?
The board signed it.
No, the board didn't sign it.
No, the $3 million loan is only signed by 2 people at that table, and that's on public records that you can check.
Our
for free.
president
So
and our
who signed it?
secretary.
I'm gonna get into that in a minute,
We're
Tom.
not discussing the loan right now.
Not
Please
yet.
do not bring that up.
All right, so the point is, Building 2 went over its budget, okay? That's nobody else's fault, it's not yours either, but it's not the other building's fault either. So somehow, we're gonna have to work this thing out. We certainly don't want, you guys listening, I'm doing this for your benefit. Ready? Okay. Somehow, that money has to be made up, okay? Because we're gonna run short of the project, and it's not fair that everybody has to pay an assessment when it was just Building 2's over.
That is not true, because when we redid the figures, the money from the lawsuit covered the overage and the completion of all the buildings.
Your portion of the damage.
That's correct. No bill, there is no.
Are you over budget with that money?
Listen to what I'm saying, okay? Don't, listen to what I'm saying, don't try to twist or.
I didn't try anything, I asked a question, Monique.
No, listen to what I'm trying to say to you. The bottom line is, even with the overage for our building, the money from the lawsuit covers that